Ever wish you could craft stories that captivate viewers from start to finish? In this video, I'm revealing 3 storytelling techniques that will transform how you create content, helping you pull in more viewers than ever. So are your scripts not just keeping people engaged? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to master storytelling, stop viewers from scrolling past, and having them convert. So don't miss out on the secret sauce on becoming a master storyteller. Let's dive in. Imagine your content is like a secret weapon, ready to strike with precision and power. But here's the catch. It only works if you know how to wield it. Today's journey is all about transforming your storytelling game with an unconventional strategy that I like to call the Inception technique. Just like Christopher Nolan's movies, this technique is about planting incredible, irresistible seeds in the mind of your audience and having them comprehend and want to stick around. So just like them, I want you to stick around because by the end of this, I'll show exactly how to implement this Inception technique and unblock broader success into your business. So what's the deal with the Inception technique? Simple. It's all about weaving small, subconscious elements into your storytelling that align with your ultimate goal, crafting a seamless, compelling narrative where every move you make is setting you up for a checkmate. You're creating a story so immersive that your audience doesn't realize what they're being sold to, but just along for the ride, and before they know it, they're hooked, invested, and ready to take action. Let's dive deeper into this. Here's your roadmap for mastering the Inception technique in 3 actionable steps. Step 1, seed planting. This is subtle yet strategic, okay? The first move in your storytelling chess game is seeding. Think of this as casually dropping hints and building context that subtly nudges your audience toward the end game. But remember, subtly is key. No hard sells, no blatant pitches, just planting seeds. For example, if you're a business coach aiming to sell your upcoming webinar, sprinkle in anecdotes that highlight transformative impacts into your past webinars. You're not saying, hey, just buy my webinar. Instead, you're sharing stories of people who experienced significant growth because they attended your sessions. These are small, powerful, and yet important seeds. Here's another analogy. It's like a gardener who prepares the soil and plants, knowing that with the right care, they'll bloom without needing constant attention. Think of your leads like that. Your seeds, your stories, your hints, your subtle mentions are the beginning of an eventual bloom. That's where you want all of your leads to turn into. Now, step 2 is context and conflict. This is the dance, if you will. Next, we're going to practice the dance between context and conflict, okay? You heard me talk before about this, but let's refine through the lens of the Inception technique. Context builds the world. Conflict shakes it up, creating open loops that demand closure for your satisfaction. So as a small business owner, your conflicts don't have to be colossal. They just need to be relevant and relatable. For instance, you had a client problem, say they struggled to convert leads to sales. The context would be they're frustrated, their business is on the line. The conflict is they've tried multiple strategies, nothing worked until boom, your service or product came in clutch. Therefore, now they thrive, they're successful, and they're stable in their business. So using the words but and therefore tactically to create that narrative rhythm is important. So James couldn't get this lead to convert and was losing hope, but then he attended my webinar. Therefore, he implemented the strategies and was able to double his conversion rates in just 2 weeks. See what I did there? This isn't just storytelling, it's a carefully aligned journey that shows setbacks and solutions, painting you as the catalyst for change. Now, step 3, we'll call this the last dab, crafting the memorable end. So imagine you're working towards making the last moments of your story unforgettable. This is the last dab, the grand finale that leaves a lasting impact, something so memorable that it loops back to reinforce the entire narrative. To perfect this, start where you want to end. Think of your resolution that you want your audience to take away. Maybe it's signing up for your service, buying a product, or merely subscribing to your newsletter. Work backwards from there, ensuring every sentence, every word leads up to this monumental moment. Here's an example. If you're a consultant aiming to land a new client, your last dab could be a testimonial from a satisfied client. Being the story and the relatable problem interweave moments of doubt and struggle and lead up to a transformative success punctuated by that powerful testimonial. For example, Jane never thought she'd get her startup off the ground, but then she teamed up with me. Therefore, she utilized my growth strategies. Now her startup is thriving, and she just closed a $1 million funding round. See what I did there? The last words should resound, echoing your core message, leaving a deep impression that drives action. Let me give you some practical tips for implementing this. Let's start with preparation and identifying those seeds. Reflect on your core values and your successes. Write this down. What subtle victories and insights can you share that align with your end goal? Now, mapping context and conflict. Follow me here. I want you to outline mini stories within your context that balance this with conflict, always steering towards your ultimate resolution. Now, crafting the last dab, as I brought up earlier. Think of this, knowing your end game. Ask yourself, what's the one powerful statement or image or testimonial that you want to encapsulate in your value? Write it down first. Now you can be weaving these elements by doing this. Start infusing your storytelling with these elements, okay? Practice makes perfect. It won't be done in the first shot. Review your script and find places where you can drop seeds and conflicts and build context. You can use visuals for this. Let's talk about that. Complement your narratives using visual hooks. So remember, people's eyes perceive faster than their ears can hear. This is important. Make your visuals striking and relevant. This isn't just telling stories, it's showing them. Next, for your execution, the conversational tone. So talk as if you're speaking to a close friend. This is a personal touch that breaks down barriers and will foster connections and trust. Now, here's the iterative part of all of this. Let's start with reviewing and refining it. I'd like you to continuously analyze what works and what doesn't. Pay attention to feedback and engagement and keep tweaking your seeds, conflicts, and resolutions. The next part of it is engaging, okay? Invite your audience to share their thoughts. This is important. Encourage comments, discussions, questions, all the above. Interaction helps you understand the pain points better and can help tailor your narrative even more effectively. Let's put this into practice with a quick case study here. Here is an example of a business coach and how they can use the inception technique to attract more clients into their program. Ideally, if that sounds like you, let's do this. Step 1, this is the seed planting. You create a series of videos where you casually mention the success of past attendees. Maybe it's a video of productivity tips and you sprinkle in segments like, one of my last students used this approach and saw a 50% increase in productivity. Step 2, the context and conflict. The narrative might go something like this. Sarah was struggling to balance her business and her personal life. Maybe she was feeling consistently overwhelmed and needed help. She tried multiple productivity hacks with no avail, but then she applied the strategies from my course. Therefore, she not only balanced her life, but was able to increase her business revenue by 30%. Let's go into the next step of step 3 in a real life situation, which is that last dab. So Sarah's testimonial was showing her a vibrant, successful state, saying something like this. I couldn't have done it without blank. This was a game changer. Add that in. So let's wrap this up. There it is. That's the inception technique in all of its glory. So by planting subtle subconscious elements into your storytelling, creating a dance of context and conflict, and crafting an unforgettable, lasting dab, you can transform your context into a powerhouse that seamlessly guides your audience towards your ultimate goal. It's all about the journey, the seeds you plant, and the stories you tell along the way. Now, if you found value in this, consider joining my community, which I'm going to put in a link below, of entrepreneurs, marketers, coaches, consultants, etc., where I share tons of value on a weekly basis to help you in a stronger platform than YouTube get to your end goals. Again, if you liked this video and want to see more content like it, please support me and my team by liking and subscribing and leaving a comment below of what you thought. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.